At a time when farmers throughout Michigan and across the country are grappling with some of the highest fertilizer costs in recent memory, one of the largest fertilizer producers in the world is reeling in record profits. In fact, the Mosaic Company's year-over-year profits are up 42%. Despite a nearly 50% jump in profits, the company, when asked what it could do to help farmers struggling with high costs, said not much.
There just isn't enough fertilizer in the world, and all of us who make fertilizer are making every ton we can right now, obviously, and selling it. And I don't have a whole lot of great news on the supply side for farmers around the world. You can't just start making phosphate fertilizers out of nowhere. It takes years to build a new facility. So same with potash. And so again, everybody who is in the production side of fertilizers has every incentive to make and sell every pound and ton we can right now, and that's what's happening.
Further complicating fertilizer prices are countervailing duties imposed on fertilizer producers in other countries. Mosaic filed a 2020 trade complaint, which impacted producers in Morocco and Russia and ultimately shut out critical sources of imported fertilizer to farmers in the United States.
The reality is, if the duty were waived right now or suspended, say, as an emergency measure, it's hard to imagine how that would relieve prices in this market. Phosphate prices are actually lower for U.S. farmers right now than for farmers in other key growing regions, especially Brazil. And so if you think about that, the exporters, people who are exporting phosphates from their countries, they go chase the higher prices in other markets. And so it's hard to see how suspending those duties would have much impact on prices. Absolutely, we acknowledge that the fertilizer prices and fertilizer costs per acre are up very substantially for farmers. But there aren't a lot of levers that we have to pull to change that. Again, it's mostly a supply-driven problem, and demand has stayed strong around the world. But the supply problem can really only get better if these conflicts and sanctions stop, and if China allows its producers of phosphates to export again.
From dawn till dusk, Ford trucks are with you every mile of the way. And we'd like to say thank you, Farm Bureau, for your partnership and support to help make Ford F-Series the best-selling pickup in America once again.